You gotta think of your alias.
Yes, here we go.
1, 2, 3. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Whatever It Takes podcast. I'm Rita BOOM, and tonight my co-host is
Natalie.
Oh, we're going with Natalie tonight. That's a lovely
Yes,
name.
we are.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Natalie. And we have an amazing guest with us tonight, my boom brother, Natalie's boom brother, Brian W. Coming here to talk a little bit about his story, educate us about the big book, which I'm sure everybody out there has heard once in their life, the big book. Well, it's in all A groups, and we're going to talk about the Gambler's A book.
Yeah. First of all, Brian, we want you to just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you have a clean date of October 5th, 12 for AA, I believe, and then 9/18/23 for GA. So I'm just kind of like, okay, you were already in an A. What happened? Can you answer?
Yeah, I was yeah, it's so many tales, but basically the nickel tour is basically in 2012 opportunity to have. And what third day in rehab, I found out I had a gambling problem because I had a shit ton of money, had these full six figures that weren't getting paid, and a technician from rehab was like basically gambling my phone while I was in rehab. And he said, dude, you got to go to meetings anyway. Why don't we bring you over to GA? Why don't we make one GA to get your paper? You have to, in order to stay in the rehab, you had to go to a certain amount of meetings a day or whatnot. So I said, okay. And I went to GA, actually captivated. Really, I didn't know what the heck it was, but I was at this rehab, but I heard these stories. I heard these stories from these crazy stories. These guys that
Can I pause you
all
for
been
1 second? Pause you for 1 second. What do you have open?
Nothing.
Everything else is closed. Like no other apps or anything?
Maybe. Let me go down just a little bit. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Am I?
Oh,
Oh, close out Spotify for me.
okay. Hold on a minute. Closing out Spotify. It's closed.
Okay, cool.
That's
All right.
good. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, Brian. Go on. I'm sorry.
That's show business.
That's show business. That's live broadcasting.
So you heard these stories and they blew you away. Are they worse in GA than AA?
It's just a different. I mean, it's like you can't. It's I don't know as an artist like it's very similar, very different. Like an AA, like I killed somebody. I went through their front window and I killed a family. I mean that's a freaking shocking story in a room with, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
A story would be like everything. A million times over. I lost my wife, my kids, two properties, all the cars, retirement, my wife's retirement, wife's parents, loan of X. Then
Yeah.
I see the guy talking to me. He's talking. He's got some,
Yeah.
and he has.
It's all right. Wait. What the fuck? Well,
down and then come back and have these good relationships, these healthy relationships, and this peace of mind. How can you sit here before me all in collective? So it's just a different animal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I can't worse than the other or it's just a little different hit to it. You know what I mean? Because money, big value. And
yeah, that's the problem. It's not peanuts. And it's money, and that's what gets everybody, and that's why we have the high suicide rate.
My sponsor told me. My sponsor
one of
told
those
me.
diseases for like a couple extra $5,000 or whatever. You could be like, maybe it's better if I'm not here anymore.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
My my sponsor told me once, and money makes people angry. Like, you go out and use drugs, you drink, you break your sobriety, people are hurt, people are disappointed. We go out, we relapse, or we just act out in gambling. It's going to lead to stealing from people, which means taking their money, and that makes people angry, before any other hurt,
Oh, I
disappointment,
see.
anything
Yeah.
comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone can just see a guy stumbling around, be like, "Oh, that's just the town drunkard, or that's just XYZ, or he's just coming from a party, right?" But
Right.
that gambling guy, he's got a lot of shit going on, and he's probably way more desperate than that drunk guy. That drunk guy, he's just gonna fucking pass out. But
Mhm.
that guy who just lost $500 or 2 G's or whatever it is,
Oh.
he had to tell a bunch of lies and had to do it a bunch
We're in a
get
room
there.
of 100
He
people,
ain't gonna quit.
and $20 goes missing, they're looking at us.
I
They're
mean,
looking at us.
that's a
We're the first
really,
ones they're looking at.
and plus the way you say, I think that's a difference right there. It's desperation.
Yeah.
We are
Yes.
desperate.
Yeah.
A drunk is not, unless, not like
Yeah, and when I'm in my gambler mindset, if I'm missing, the whole fucking house is gonna go upside down.
Right. Right.
I'll
Yeah.
spend 5 hours looking for that to when you find it and fucking
Yeah.
run myself. The thing is, it's a disease of more.
Yeah.
I'm on that aside. I'll never ever be satisfied. And that's the reason I don't have the same date as I have with my AA date, is because God, I was this guy. After of not having a bed, I forgot that I was this animal, this freaking creature. It's the disease of I'm never full. I'm never enough. Once I let myself get away from spirituality, connectogram,
Mhm.
if I can isolate myself in this little fantasy world, whether it's like listening to audiobooks and just prepping, just cooking and stuff, I can think what I want to create all these little universes in my head and they can all be right. I got all these lawyers and there's no amount of money or no amount of excuses that will ever buy that brain. It will never.
No.
So I had to prove myself that, yeah, I was an addict. So I have a 1 year, not a like I have my AA clean day.
Yeah. Wow.
But and yeah, what they say is true. It's a
It's
progressive
worse.
bitch.
Progressive when you go out. Wow.
Very much so.
So, I'm amazed that you're in here less than a year, a little over a year, and you really have a really good reputation of somebody who knows what he's talking about. And that's important to people like me who are, just hiding in the back, waiting for somebody to raise their hand that knows something. So I appreciate that. And I thank you for taking the time to come in and do this and
Yeah.
teach me all that you have. So I know that you have a lot of sponsees now. How do you,
1 second. Sorry.
how the hell do you do that?
¿Cuántos hay? ¿Solo esto? Está bien, comienza con esto y otro no, con aceite. Vamos a poner después, cuando después termina. Gracias. Oops, sorry. Hopefully I'm gonna edit that. I'm sorry.
I can edit. Listen, don't worry. Editing is gonna be great. Don't worry.
Oh no, it's gonna be fun.
And we're gonna say we're also gonna advertise the fact that he's in Florida during the storm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, I appreciate you saying that because I'm a really hard-headed son of a bitch. I really, really am. I'm a hard-headed son of a gun, and I have to learn the hard way. And
Yeah.
if I don't feel it, and if I'm not around real, paying
Mhm.
attention, I'm not respecting. I'm not. Your words will never raise to the level of they will get and rattle around, and I will actually consume them.
Wow.
So I had to go, and I had to surround myself
Uh-huh.
with the real
Uh-huh.
people,
You
those
kind of
that have.
have to immerse yourself in it, don't you? I mean, I think we have to do that for the rest of our lives.
Well, the thing is, for me to understand the depths of the peace of mind and the depths of craziness that I'm capable of being, I had to be around other people that I respected and who hell, and I had to learn certain tools. And I those guys like they're people that I was just like, they called me out on my bullshit too, things like that, but they over myself.
Right.
I'm my biggest problem.
Well,
Right. I
I don't
can't
know.
agree. Listen, I relate to you so much there. You know, I'm my own worst enemy. When life's at its highest, that's when I got to keep my guard up the most, because that's when it stops doing the push-ups and it tries to sneak in. And it got me. It got me. It got me. It got me after 2.5 years.
Mhm.
And that just was a luckily a reminder, so that the next however I have left on this earth, is the reminder that I can't get complacent. I can't
Yeah,
let my ego,
we can't.
be lead in the pack, and
And this is what you have to do to stay in it
yeah,
and to keep walking it.
I
So,
can hold my head up high because I have felt the lowest of lows.
oh God,
The
me
lowest
too.
below.
Yeah.
I used to say to my staff, you can relate, listen, if I ask you to clean the toilet, it's because I've cleaned the toilet twice. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, if I can walk around with my head up high, it's
Uh-huh.
because you know what? I've, I've crashed and burned,
Yep.
and that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, I'm gonna
In
hold my head up
life.
high because I do have 4 months clean, and I'm not, just for today, I'm not gonna make that mistake again.
No.
You know,
When I
I
was
don't want to feel
in
that way ever
Costa
again.
Rica and we went for the ayahuasca thing.
Mhm.
And so we had to go down all these steps. It was this way and this way and this way to get to this big arena. And it was real far down. And I was so scared. All of us were.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I have been through hell and back.
Yeah.
I think I can take this step.
Yeah.
So I went down it.
That's awesome.
Best thing ever.
That's so awesome.
It was like 200 stairs.
That's
And I
awesome.
didn't fall. That was the best part of it.
Yeah, what kind of shoes were you wearing?
What shoes? I don't wear shoes.
Okay, all
I
right,
hate
all right,
shoes.
all right. I know you do. I know you do.
Shoes. What do you mean with shoes?
Fuck 'em. I don't like shoes.
I didn't know if they have tarantulas out in Alaska.
They got all kinds of shit out there.
See?
So
She had wings for feet.
I had to step over a sloth.
That was a whole different color kind of Nike up in that mother.
Dude,
Up in there.
my laugh sounds so funny in this thing too. We played a couple
Really?
episodes back. So, I gotta get my friend one.
No,
She
you
has
have
my
a
laugh
great
perfect.
laugh.
Thank you. It's my mom's laugh.
It's your mom's.
My mom said it laughed exactly the same way.
Oh, wow. That's really
I
cute.
didn't even practice. It
So
just
I
started
want to
happening when
know.
I hit puberty.
Okay. Come back to the podcast. Here we go.
All right.
Get
Boys,
the thing.
boys balls drop.
Squirrel.
My laugh dropped.
Squirrel.
Imagine that, a bunch of ADHD addicts getting off topic here.
Oh my God, I know. We cannot stay on topic. Shit.
I promise I took my
What's the name
Adderall.
of it? It's called Whatever It Takes.
Shout out to Adderall.
You know why we call it? Oh my God. How big a boy are
Mr.
you?
Miyagi with some chopsticks trying to catch a fly right now, just
You
Like,
can't
I'm like, where's the boy? Let me shut the door.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. So you were saying?
We were talking about what I want to know is like, we're kind of targeting, because I see more, and I don't know if you do or not, like college age kids, a bunch
Young adults
that are coming in.
the unicorns.
already addicted to their phones as it
Yes.
is. Already
And
addicted
then
to
the
their phones.
sad thing is they got little bitty chance.
Right.
Little bitty chance because they
And all
can't
it's
How
gonna
I
be
put it
lit
is,
on that
see
device,
one
and they're
day
gonna
at
be
a
hooked.
time. They can't see one day.
I call those guys unicorns, and I don't do it in a derogative way. I just do it because if I was to put myself, what I know and what I've, this is why I ask people, especially people I sponsor, I'm like, did you write the steps? Did you read the steps, or did you experience the steps? Every time they go, oh, I experienced steps. And you have to, you don't write.
Right.
read this. You live them.
Yeah, it's
And a
true.
person who's got 80 more years to live, it's very difficult to intellectualize
Right.
and put into dialogue
Yeah.
how that to unfold. Because if I was 25 years old, I guarantee you, I would be like,
Yeah.
one day I'd be like, okay, I haven't bet for a year. I paid some bills. I'm out of debt, whatever.
Save that money.
I'm not gonna have fun parties for the rest of my life and gambling. It's impossible to fathom that. So the pain that this 20 something or young adult did get to grab this and internal and experience those, because once you secret is you have to experience it because it'll make you one of the most efficient people on the planet Earth, not affecting the inside
Yeah,
is basically what it's all about. But
right.
we walk around the planet thinking, I got this, I'm okay, everything's fine. But what's going on is everything you hear, everything you see, everyone's opinion, how the day goes, this happens here, is affecting your mood, how you talk to yourself, how you
Yeah.
act to other people,
Oh God.
all controlling. You're okay, everything's fine. But nope, the outside is controlling the inside.
Yeah.
And when you take that back, it's freedom.
Yeah.
It's what they mean
And
when
the
they
outside could be a fucking storm, just fucking just
Yeah.
beating your house down, and you can be at peace, and you can be right here, and and you can be at total peace, your higher power, and whatever the heck the day may bring.
Yeah.
Do you
Fine,
think
right.
that plays into what they mean when they say people, places, and things?
That's exactly what I mean.
Mhm.
Exactly.
People, places, and things are
Have you
really
ever had
rules.
that piece?
When
Have you ever had that piece?
I
Have
got
you?
it right now.
I did. Have you?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't realize I had it.
Oh man.
No, 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 no. I'm lying.
Like,
I'm
do you
lying. I'm
remember
lying.
when
I'm
it,
lying. I'm lying. Because
like when
no,
it hit you
I
that,
every time I cross a bridge to come in and out of where I live, I
yeah.
thank God. Because it's
Okay, good.
beautiful scenery. I mean, it's
There's
breathtaking
a
no matter what time. And
there's a passage in the big book. It says every day I have a daily contingency on my spiritual fitness.
yeah,
Mhm.
So what that means is every day I get a chance to wake up, and if I'm connected to that spirit who turned a drunk, turned into a crazy ass gambler who was just destroying everything he touched, to
Yeah.
this guy, if I can connect with that on a daily basis, then I got a chance at peacefully getting through this day and not hurting anybody, not
So,
apologizing to anybody, maybe helping somebody, maybe
yeah,
even having a great
much
day.
better life. It's a much better life than what we were in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even, I just got a note from this girl who's like, she's got a sponsee and the sponsee doesn't want to work steps. Well, okay, but why not?
Mhm.
You know why?
Yeah.
Why would you
Well,
not?
I mean, there's so many.
How do
And I'm
they
a I'm a
She has
big live
over,
and let live kind of person. I'm a live kind of guy.
yeah,
But on one hand, like I know how crazy I am,
yeah.
and I had to do something if I was going to make any changes. And also too, what have I got to lose?
That's it.
I've already done every on demand times 1,000. I've already done, been with this type of person. I've already, worked this hours and gambled this money and drove this far to get this. I've done it all. I I I could research. How do I got to lose by looking at it for a little while
I mean,
with
frankly,
somebody who's
I
been there
didn't,
and done
yeah,
that, who actually give a shit to say.
What's that?
I didn't think you ever had a choice.
For what?
I thought you go in the program, you work the steps.
Oh,
Like
Well, I
it's
listen,
a
the
real,
whole program is a choice.
I know, but I just, not to me.
Well, that's a great outlook to
well to
have.
your point,
I
to,
guess.
to
And
your
I'm not
point,
being smart ass or
to
anything.
your
I'm just
point,
saying
though,
it's a
Francis,
great way to look at things.
Yeah.
that is
That's
if a
discipline.
person that's kind of like that's kind of how this thing matriculated.
Yeah.
But I think the influx of just a shit ton of people, right? Number
Mhm.
one, test my open-mindedness. A person is for, a dozen years now,
Uh-huh.
and it is sponsoring people. The thing is, I want to be of the utmost help.
Mhm.
Is basically what the big book says. That
Mhm.
my number one job is to be in the position, be spiritually fit enough to be in the maximum place to help another.
I think you are.
It's a very, very delicate way. If I'm exerting my will on someone else,
Exactly.
what
I
am I?
totally agree. That's why I won't take on a
I'm
sponsee
ruining
because I'm not through the
fans.
steps, and I wouldn't take on a sponsee because right now I don't. I just started mentoring a girl. I said I can be your mentor and friend, but that's because I that's a lot of weight, man. Like if something
I have a really good sponsor and I ask him everything. I don't
right.
make a move
My
without him.
sponsor is ready to be a sponsor. Your sponsor is ready to be a sponsor. But you're ready to be a sponsor.
I am a sponsor. Shit.
No, but I meant, like, I
Natalie.
mean, you're a sponsor, and I respect that. I think that's great. I just,
No, if you're not ready, don't do it.
it took me 2.5, it took
No,
me
you're
three and a
Here-
half years to get to
here's the
4.
secret answer to all that. You'll never be ready.
That's true.
True,
That's
true,
true.
true,
And that's what keeps us
true.
on the procrastination train. I'll
But
do it
that's
tomorrow.
when you have to figure out
I gotta get me right first though, and I'm still bouncing back.
you got a way to go.
I'm still bouncing
Yeah,
back. Yeah,
you
this
got a
was
way to
this
go.
was a hell of a relapse, man. Like,
But you're making it worth it. That's the
yeah,
point.
exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
exactly.
If that happens, you make it worth it. But
And my God
But
is
the thing is,
making it happen.
I can't act myself. I mean, I can't think myself into right action, but I can always act myself into right action.
yes.
Right,
hmm
right.
Do
Because
you?
this thing before I do the steps and actually like examine it, and
Yeah.
I need to do, he's gonna it's my enemy.
Mhm.
Now I'm very friendly with this guy. I like the fact that he's crazy. I use his craziness every now and then just to get me through that Sunday.
No, it's some good
But,
crazy. Some
but
great.
it's a friendly kind of crazy I'm with him now because
But
I understand him.
yeah, it's a different kind of crazy than it all used to be. You know,
Hmm.
I'm still crazy
Those
too.
character, those character defects,
I like being a
you
little.
know,
You still can't
seven-step prayer, it says, God, please remove from me every single defective character that stands in between and
be in
the
him.
usefulness to my fellows. It doesn't say take away this, that, this, that. It says take
Right.
away the one who's going to take me and be apart from you. So
Yeah,
he might let me have it one day. He might let me have a little irritation one day.
yeah.
I might have 350 people to freaking serve, and I got no freaking help, and 2 people called in sick, and a
Ooh,
fucking stove broke.
ooh.
I
You're
might
allowed,
have to
yeah,
juice that.
you're allowed to be
I don't
stressed.
know.
But you know how to
Sometimes
handle it better.
That's how you handle it.
I've
That's how you handle that stuff.
I've tempered the demons enough. Like God, we're gonna bring this some bitch out of the box, but you're
Yeah.
with me.
And
You're with me now. We're
one thing that
good. A little bit,
yeah, I love that.
but I'm
That,
gonna keep him out of 3.
yeah,
Help me keep him out of 3, God.
Right.
yeah,
You and then God's like, right on.
I
Let's do it.
know.
Let's cook this fucking food.
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah.
I mean, I'm human at the end of the day, right? But the
That's
thing
what
is,
I mean.
Well, we all
if I
are.
let those emotions override my decision making and my heart, then I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, we've been there.
I knew I was working this program differently and better when I hit my 3rd step and I understood it. And I
Uh-huh.
had that Holy Spirit, my higher power.
Yes.
But and immediately it's like it's the one thing, like my finances still disgraceful. Job situation, hope this takes off. No, I got other things lined up, and I do have my business, Read on the Rocks, .com. But and things like that. But
Shameless plug.
I still got a neighborhood of people a lot of people walk around on this earth that don't like me right now. But one thing
We all had those.
that came with step 3 was
I still do.
how to handle me. Like I see, like I was talking about in the last one or one of the other podcasts, because we don't know what order we're putting these in.
Uh-huh.
But wait, why am I talking? And
Yeah.
it's like and thinking and somebody got mad at me the other day because I didn't respond right away. And I told them, I said I wanted to think about it. I wanted to think how I was going to
Oh
respond
my
to
God,
you.
that's the
you know?
hardest thing to do.
And it's, I think, and
And the
they didn't
best.
understand it, but I'm not working their program. I'm not taking their inventory.
Yeah.
But for me, I understood it because I knew if I answered that phone call right away, I would have answered in a different fashion.
Yep.
And then now I'm
If you
making
can learn
that
to
a mess.
pause or wait, you know who we get that from is Veronica.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
gave us
she's
the
the one who said
wait,
that, yeah.
WAIT. Why am I talking?
But even like when he's talking about stressful situations and
Yeah.
things like that, man, if anything, it's like this program makes me thrive off of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like the working like handling a situation in a better fashion than how I used to handle it when I was in my addiction and
We
was
will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us.
yes, exactly. Or I make us act a certain way.
It's very weird to me.
The bondage of self is a freaking thing.
Mhm.
I know, it's just I
That's
never
why it says, relieve me of the bondage of self.
yeah.
Better I will. Get me out of my own fucking way so I can be in the asset column today.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought
Asset
Yeah.
column.
who would have
No
thunk
way.
it?
And I love the one that says, God, let me meet who you want me to meet, what you want me to say, and let me stay away.
Which one is that?
That's the one you sent me that he sent
Is this
you.
the third?
And I had it as my default on Recovery Road
here's
Online.
is it the third step?
And that was prior. He died in 9/11, and I was having a little.
Yeah.
I was just having a day, and I called my sponsor, told me the story about this friar. He was one of the first people that died in 9/11, and this was his prayer. He says, God, take me where you want me to go. Let me meet who you want me to meet. Let me say what you want me to say and keep your way.
Keep the hell out of your way.
Keep me out. I
Keep
can
me
get
out
in
of your
God's way all day. Out of God's
yeah.
way.
Gosh.
And that's the one part of that prayer that I'm trying to work. Just stay out of his way. You know?
Mhm.
Well, all you have to do is think, is my will or God's will?
Exactly. And that's that
Or
control.
am I trying to situation?
Yeah.
Is this that I need to be worried about or control or try to control it all?
Right.
Nope. Up. Better let that go. Let me control my efforts. Let me control my centeredness. Am I right? Am I peaceful? Am I good with me? What are the questions I need to ask myself? Why are my spidey senses up? Let me keep it here. Let me calm myself down. Let me ask myself. The more intelligent the question and the more truthful that I answer it, the better off I'm going to be.
Really?
And then I bring him in, and I got everything I need. I just need to concentrate on what I need to do that day. What's ahead of me in the present. When I'm in the future or in the past,
Mhm.
I'm trying to play God.
So you just think of this day.
Exactly right now. For some reason, if I try and I ask for his will to be done many times a day, just try to just maintain that connection.
Mhm.
Thoughts just get put in my head at the right time and words get put in my mouth
Answers.
that help me get through conversations and just help me get on about the day, whether it's a purveyor, whether it's my wife, whether it's an employee.
Mhm.
As long as I'm earnestly asking that his will be done and to be relieved of the bondage of self.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how it works. I don't know exactly how it works, but I stay out of my way and things seem to happen okay. I do no harm. I actually do some good sometimes. It's funny how it works.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, do no harm.
Do no harm.
Who was it said the other day, like, talking about your spiritual walk with God, and I can't remember who said it, but he said it was like God picks you up and takes you back over that imaginary line that we all crossed.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
a good way to put it, you know?
Yeah. I want to say I saw something like that.
What?
No, maybe I dreamed it.
Well, I like to think about like there's
Texas has been messing with my sleep, man.
New Jersey. She can't
I miss
sleep.
that salt air.
She
I
can't
got,
sleep. Yeah.
I can't sleep. It's driving me
She can't
crazy.
sleep. Yeah, I've been sleeping fine
Mm-hmm.
with you here.
It's because I'm here.
No.
You feel safe.
yeah, I got another person who's equal the nut that I am, so I don't feel so nutty.
I know. Yeah.
You got Tom who's well, sorry, edit that out, but you got a pretty normal, intelligent husband who needs to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you two are, two peas in a pod, so
God, I swear.
Isn't it the
Dude,
craziest thing you ever saw?
the first night I'm here was the first or second night. Second night. I had my tin out. I'm doing my little tricks, right? And then I go,
Oh, her cup.
and it's like 2 in the morning,
Oh,
and it drops, and it doesn't just
all
drop
tile
once.
in my house.
It drops not on the carpet, the tile. And it's like bing, 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 bing. I'm like, I picked it up. I ran in the room.
We were up till, I think the
That was your
first
birthday.
2 nights we were up till like 5 o'clock in the morning, easy.
Yeah, yeah,
At least.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't sleep.
I don't know why I can't.
But
I mean, there's also a certain energy, and like, I mean, you guys have never met each other before, like in person,
Never.
right?
Never,
No,
Well, I
never.
mean,
I swear to God, she pulled up
there's
in
an
the
excitement there, and then Rita's like, "Oh my God, it's the fucking Playhouse, and we're in Texas. Oh my God, like I got to look at everything. I got to try everything. I got to look behind
She's like,
everything.
this is
This is
where
where
it
I'm
all
at. This is
You're
happens.
on a spiritual journey. I'm taking advantage of every fucking minute. Yeah.
I mean, she had to go take it for a test drive. She had to go take the relationship, the people, the house, the freaking
Every-
everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, you
You
want to
have
hear something funny, Brian? She's been in the rooms for, what's your name today? Sally? What's your name?
Natalie.
Natalie. Natalie has, I
It's
just
written right here.
Natalie has been coming into the rooms for over 2 years. And again, I've
No,
over
I've
three
told
and
her
a half
this
years of
story
program.
1,000 times. I haven't been coming into the room over 2 years. I just drop in and out because y'all are so crazy that I kind of pop in and see what's happening and pop back out.
Just so the viewers
But
know, she did have a home group in
I do
the
have a
area
home
where she
group.
lives, right?
But I have
The
friends that
fellowship that
go
I
to
belong to.
RO. So I wanted, when the girls in my room were going in there, I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And then it was kind of fun.
But what I'm trying to say is, then all
I
of a
met a lot more
sudden,
people.
she started showing up to the bag boom, and I'm like, who's this fancy chick? And
now,
I'm
who's this Texas lady out here in the background
yeah.
over yonder? Who is that?
And it's just funny, like, because you didn't come into my life until after my relapse,
Exactly.
or I didn't notice until after my
No,
relapse.
no.
And it's funny, like the bond that we've grown with
Yeah,
each
I
other.
know that it was like 30 days maybe that you had because you were looking for that 90
Yeah.
to go with
Mhm.
grandma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's just funny how God puts people in our lives when we're supposed to be in each other's lives.
Oh yeah, and trust me, my relapse was fucking necessary. It was absolutely necessary. I was living a little cruise
I'm trying to
control,
accept that. Yeah.
unfulfilled fucking existence that was bound for a fucking brick wall.
Really?
I'm just glad the brick wall that I hit woke me the heck up, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I like to tell, like, when I'm having an initial conversation, someone's like, what is it like with, I'm like, well, the steps for me is kind of like you go through an experience with a guide and you work on the things you need to work on. You understand you go on a self-searching journey. You realize that the monster under your bed is not really a fucking monster at all. You learn coping mechanisms and tools and you understand yourself, and it's a never-ending process. But the guy you become, or the person I become, is a person that would never ever think to place a bet, who would never ever think
Right.
to take a drink.
Right.
You know, I work it out of myself. And it's not because I'm just like, okay, I'm here for X. No, I'm here for me. Who am I? Then I go in there and I find out who I am and what feels good. And I grow a little tuning fork, a little belly barometer that sort of leads me, who I call my conscience. Because when I first come in the program, my conscience it's got so much crap and garbage on top of it, I can't hear it.
Yeah.
I'm not very connected to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I become a different person because I feel, you know, my connection to my soul and my conscience and my mind. And when my mind, heart, conscience, soul, and heart are all connected, there's the peace of mind that I get. And that guy does not want to take a drink. He doesn't want to lay $100 down on black. He doesn't want to lie. He doesn't want to cheat on his wife or tell stories. He doesn't want to do any of that. Not that I have, thank God.
Yeah.
I
Right.
haven't done the wife thing. I didn't have a wife when I had a real 10-year gambling problem. I mean, a 20-year gambling problem. But you know, I did go through the steps and it worked. And GA gave me with the sponsor and the 12 steps and stuff. Um, but this time around, when I first supremely insane addict, you know, it meant a lot more because I was married. Before I was a
Oh,
single chef
yeah.
at 32 years old that would get compliments every day of his life, the bride and the groom and the management and blah 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 blah. Because I could juggle all this shit at the same time and do copious amounts of drugs and gamble on everything across the board and go play poker with the guys in the bar later on after, I made sure the hors d'oeuvres were.
Right.
But now I got 2 kids, I have a wife, I have a business. And basically my sobriety, the time that I was off the bet, the time that I have not spent drinking and drugging, I was able to build those things.
Mm-hmm.
But then I came within that close of losing it all because I forgot I was a fucking addict.
Oh shit.
Amen. I hear you. I hear
It
you.
was deeper this time around. It was really deep. People might, I kind of feel funny saying I have a year, but like you think like that year,
Yeah.
it's a deep year.
No
It's,
kidding.
I went deep. My wife, I said, look, I know what I have to do. And if you allow me to do this, I don't deserve it. But if you allow me to do this, I'm going to go deep. And if you think I'm a little bit astray or a little bit standoffish or I don't care about something, trust me, it's not because of that. It's because I'm going to go deep. I know what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go find the guy and I'm going to go deep. That's what I did.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have, number one, I have faith that this program works. I have faith that other people, I didn't know what I was doing at first because I was still like in the bondage of self, didn't know which way, but I connected with the group within the group, right? Out of like 30 or 40 guys in my home group, there's like 3 to 5 people that have this recovery. They don't even have to try it. Just kind of sort of.
I know. Yeah. That's what I want to be.
I'm like, what's that guy's number? Let me try to just kind of like get a coffee with this guy. And then I've become on first name basis with these people and I'm joking around with them and stuff. And then every time I get off the phone, I feel like I've grown a little bit or my soul's been touched a little bit, and we're joking around about life. It's because we've all been there. We've all gone to hell and back.
Yeah.
We've all looked, we've all shaken the hands with the devil and said,
sure shit did.
We've all got this God-sized hole in us that for some power or another we have filled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty cool thing. It's really hard to put into words what we have in recovery. It really is.
It really is. I can't agree with you more. And it's like, and I hear, and I love hearing it, and I love listening to you talk. And it's like, I'm trying to relate in the fact that like I'm at that milestone where it's like I'm trying to not justify because that's a horrible word. Like I'm not justifying a relapse because there was no justification for me to
No, but
relapse.
you're making it worth
I'm trying to
use
figure.
it.
I'm trying to see why the why. I always ask why. Why is my favorite word? Why?
Too.
Why did all this have to happen? There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a better.
Maybe this is it. I truly believe this is my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not podcasts or anything like that, but just showing people what it's like.
Well, right. I have to be very careful with myself because my brain will go down the rabbit hole really quick. And sometimes I just need to be satisfied with the fact that at my core, I'm a freaking addict in every sense of the word.
I can never get that. Right.
There's a couple things I just can't do. And at this point in my life, experiencing what I have, and especially in recovery, and having the change that I have, I don't want to. There's nothing in me that would want to like it if like the word, half this building could just be gone with a tornado tomorrow, and a bet would be the last thing that I ever fucking think of. I'm going to be looking to build it back up, looking to like feed the workers that are helping me get fucking power back on, or fucking save the lives of the people in the rubble, or whatever the fuck. Gambling's not even going to come in the fucking hemisphere.
And that's I get that because like right now, bet is the furthest thing from my mind. But now, like, how do I pick up all these pieces that I've destroyed? I mean,
and do we ever pick them all up?
Right. And it's-
That's why step 9's at step 9.
Oh
That's
God, I'm on.
why
I,
step 9's not at step 1.
I'm on step 4.
This is what I tell people. Like, I'm not the same person that I am at step 2. Like, to be honest with you, step 1 is fucking easy. It's easy to go, my
I'm
life's
not the same person I was in step
I have
1.
no control over X, right? Okay, check that box.
Right.
But the underlying thing is, have you surrendered? Do you really believe it? Then 2 is a power greater than yourself.
Yes.
And then you're like, wait a minute, hold on. I thought I could just come in here and hang out and just not. Now I gotta look for a what? You know what I mean? And then what I do find, holy cow, that's one hell of a door number 2, right?
Yeah.
Not the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, oh my goodness, give my will up. Stop being in control of everything. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to have the last word. Stop trying to put my fucking thing on every little fucking thing. Really? If I could
Oh,
actually
I was
exist
ready.
that, I'm a totally different motherfucker than I was at step 2. I
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then step 4, woohoo, spring cleaning time. Holy cow.
That's not too fun.
I'm still in.
I can. The thing is, like,
I got the low
with the
lying
armor,
fruit.
with the armor that I have now on,
True.
being through 1, 2, and 3, I have the armor of my higher power and saying, look, I'm responsible for everything that happens in my life.
Yeah.
And if I do that, and if I say that, I'm going to stand up with a sober gleam on my eyes, and I'm going to meet whatever comes to pass. I'm going to meet it head on. I'm not going to hide anymore. I'm not going to do things that I used to do. I'm living a new life. I'm going to clean my side of the street. And that's all it takes is just showing up and having that attitude.
Mhm.
And then whatever may pass, whatever memories may come or whatever, we'll deal with them. I got a partner in crime, someone who's been there and fucking swept his side of the street and fucking,
Exactly.
killed
Yeah.
his monsters and all this shit.
Yes.
There's a whole sea of us. Like, I mean, this
Yes.
program is it's so amazing, but I got to get to that point, and it's the hardest thing in the world is to intellectualize and have the right sort of words to actually express that to just someone who's never been
Yeah.
through it before.
I
The,
know.
the,
I
the
have
only
a
thing you can do is try to make whatever we have as far as recovery attractive enough to get the attention of people that might have
I think
what
so too.
semblance of what we have.
I mean, um, I, I always try to say how good, the 4, 5, 6, whatever's, all that worked out for me, but I don't even know why it happened. I mean,
Well, I love step 4.
I do. That was great. And then 5 and then 6, and it kept getting better and better.
Mhm.
And if you can't even tell, if you knew how good it was, and that's how I was too, I would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, it's not going to feel great. Like, but it's not supposed to. Like, living life is fucking ridiculous sometimes. It just regular old life is just fucking ridiculous. It's not fucking easy. People go, well, this is hard. Yeah, but fucking telling all those goddamn lies is fucking hard. Taking myself to the nth degree and staying up for 7 days a fucking week and driving to fucking New York or driving to fucking Jersey from North Carolina, high as a fucking kite, huffing nitrous balloons, doing whatever the fuck I wanted to. All that shit. It was hard to maintain a fucking heartbeat sometimes. I should have been dead 100 times over. I
Yeah.
can't. Now I'm going to be scared to look at myself for a little while. I mean, it's just my brain how my brain works. It's the things that my brain tells myself so I can stay in comfort.
Mhm.
Sometimes pain is more comfort than enlightenment in the
Mhm.
beginning because I'm so used to the pain. Me
Yeah.
and pain are like this by the time
I
I'm ready to.
know. It's our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've
I'm
been
real
talking
comfortable with
Oh
pain.
yeah.
You can get 2 scoops of pain. I'm
I
fucking.
know. It
Love
sucks.
me a good cry. A good ugly cry.
Just have
I,
somebody
I,
slap you.
it's like it's like I become addicted to being put in the corner and having no way out and having to think myself out and trying to tell myself a story and trying to create all these universes of chaos so I can try and manipulate my way into the next whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
Right? It's like give me that kind of it's like a Rubik's cube of pain. It's not enough for me to just have some pain. Give me a fucking puzzle that's just full of pain. I
Maybe
just
by
gotta
the short hair.
Yeah.
you know, it's just it's insane.
It
It's
is.
absolutely insane.
I hate that life now.
Yeah. Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't want it.
Well, I it just makes me laugh now because
Yeah.
like I think of it fondly because I'm like, what an insane motherfucker. And I know I'm
Oh my
insane.
God, what an egomaniac.
Hmm.
That was me.
Well, yeah.
Egomaniac.
I'm still an egomaniac.
The thing is though, that insanity though, it's like one of our friends, Johnny in the program, he likes to say this, I like to wear life loosely. And I like that term because I can use my insanity in my past to help another person. Just like when I showed up in GA that first time and I heard some ridiculous fucking stories that actually got my attention.
Yeah.
I use that same insanity to help connect to a person and bring them in the rooms of recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's you kind of meet people where they're at, for one, and I hate it when they come in just bawling, because that's how I was. I
Mhm.
couldn't even
Breaks your heart.
I couldn't talk for a really, really long time,
I still cry.
Yeah, you do.
I cry every day.
She cried she cries on the podcast.
I do. I cry.
She likes it. Well, Brian,
I
how
like it
about
because
you?
my sponsor, because I asked I say this a lot, and you're gonna hear it again, everybody, 1,000 more times. But my sponsor says, "Hey, when was the last time you felt?"
You
I was
fell?
no felt.
Felt
I
like
felt
anything.
feelings.
Felt. Okay.
And it's like it's been a minute, and she's like, "So no wonder you have a lot of emotions right now. Like it's
Oh,
okay."
well, it just bags up on
It's been. I mean, I haven't.
Holy cow, Rita, you're a human.
Right.
Rita, it's
Exactly. Exactly. I'm a cancer too, man. So those waterworks have been.
And at the end of the day, that's the fucking key thing. It's like, hey, we're all fucking human. How
Yeah,
about that?
we're all fucking human.
And if we can stand up and meet life at a neutral basis, say, I'm going to be responsible for everything that happens in my life today,
Yeah.
good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try my best. I'm going to fail. I'm going to
Oh
err,
my God, I fell all the time.
but I'm going to own that failure and I'm going to learn from it.
Yeah.
That's just human. I'm not
Right.
going to judge. I'm not going to this. I'm not going to try to run things. I'm not going to try to rule people's lives. I'm not going to try to talk people down. I'm not going to try to control everything. I'm just going to try to stand up and meet life on life's terms. And I'm going to be human today. And I'm
Yeah.
going to try to be in the asset column because I
Right.
was in the liability fucking column for a long time.
Yeah.
Everything I did was a liability.
Right. Well, Brian.
Do you know what the tattoo challenge is?
What's that? I can imagine. I can guess what the tattoo challenge is.
Can you see it?
The date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I wanted a butterfly, so I got the butterfly. Look at hers.
So when I was 18, I got this stupid motherfucker
Okay.
just because I was kicked out of my house and I wanted to piss my parents off even
Get a
more
tattoo.
at the time. So just to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not gonna put a date on my wrist. The thing is like because number number one this is me. This is me.
You don't have
Anybody
to
do
put it on
whatever the
your
fuck they
wrist.
don't want to, but the thing is like
Look
I
at
am
your
not
wrist. I didn't put mine on my wrist. Mine's on my shoulder.
Look
Look
at
at
hers. It's
I'm
in
not
it's a step.
out of date. The silliest thing I've ever heard is someone who program or new in the program and go, "Hey, what's your date?" I go, "Oh, well, my name's Brian. First off, how are
uh,
you
yeah,
today?" You know what I mean? It
yeah.
starts to become this thing
Oh
that takes on,
shit. And I
and
put
what's behind the date is the person, the
yeah,
peace of mind, the
yeah,
knowledge, the
yeah.
self-searching, the human
Well,
being experiences,
this
which
just means
all don't accumulate to whatever that date may be.
whatever it takes.
Exactly.
I would
Reminds
rather
me,
have
listen, this date when I woke up, I was in a place I never want to be again. I was in physically in a place I never want to be again. And I I when the clock was at 11:59, which is funny because that's what time the bag boom is. But when it hit,
Ooh,
no, it wasn't that night though.
yeah.
I had nothing. Not even nothing. Nothing left. Nothing left. No,
No more cards,
no more cards. I had a house.
no more tricks up your ass.
Yeah, and a father.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yep, yep.
Not that was it. Like that's big
Right.
deals, but everything else in my world was gone, and that's why the state is so important to me, because it's like
Well, that's
I had
we
nothing.
really
Today I have stuff.
I mean, I see what
those
you're
crazy
saying.
people. We gotta be taken to. That's why the
This is why we
the
did it.
cliches are all true. The last house on the street
Mhm.
is GA. It's the last fucking house
It's
because we
the
already robbed and burned every other motherfucking house on the block up, and here we are.
GA is the last house on the street.
It's the last house on the block.
Most
That's what it's
expensive
called.
seat in recovery. Most
It's
expensive.
Every other house won't believe us. They won't take us in, or we burn it down already.
Or stole from 'em,
Welcome to GA.
right?
Like, well,
Right?
welcome to the black sheep
Welcome to the
family.
black sheep
Have
of the A's.
I remember the other day a new guy from my home group called me. He's like, "Hey, Brian, I don't know what's going on, man." I'm like, talk to me, man. What's going on? I just feel like a black sheep." I'm like, "Well, hey, man, welcome. This is where the black sheep go, brother. Like, look around you. Ain't nothing but black sheep here."
Oh my God, it's the Black Sheep Club.
That's right.
Oh my! Look at her. She just gets up and goes during the podcast.
The power of editing.
How you doing over there?
I had to make sure the dog wasn't digging up the
dog.
yard before before the guy comes.
Dog is digging up the Tom's
dog-
flowers.
We're outstaying our welcome.
Not with me.
Oh, I know, not with you.
Not with me. He better get home. I'm hungry. You know what I mean? All right.
Well,
So
whenever the addicts outnumber the normies, it's going to be a good time.
yes, exactly. Right. We're at the last house.
Covered or not.
We're the last house on the block. All right. So no, you're not taking the challenge.
Yeah, I can take this tattoo challenge.
No, I'm not gonna. It's just
Smart man.
All right.
Smart man.
I'll take the challenge. I'll take the challenge. Come check on me in a year and every.
That's what I was gonna say. In a year, can we come back and do this again? If not, I mean, we'll bring you on for other
That's
podcasts,
just as good.
but just to talk about this topic and see where
We
you're at.
might even have like sponsors.
Yeah, sponsors versus sponsees. Hey, we listen. We
Yeah.
got tons of
Hey
ideas.
man.
We got tons of
My sponsor is a 7-year-old Jewish guy. He's not a big technology guy. Funny as hell though.
Oh,
Really.
well.
Get my meditation millionaire up on here.
He's like,
Oh.
Brian, what the fuck's going on here? What are we talking about? What do you want to know? What do you want? Where do I look?
Oh, that's funny.
You know?
Yes.
Well, Brian, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being here, my man.
Thank you for coming on. Whatever.
Absolutely. Thanks for the chance, and God bless you guys.
Thank you,
God bless
man.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Pass
you for
along the
everything.
gift of recovery. You know.
Yes, let's do.
Thank
We
you.
will.
The
We'll have
end.
you. We'll have you back on for Midnight Confections.
Yes, yes. What's up, guys? It's Rita Boom here, just telling you, if you enjoyed this podcast, get on there and leave some comments, all right? Whether you liked it, you didn't like it, if it's good enough of a comment, we're going to read it online. Know why? Because it helps our algorithm. That way we don't have to charge anybody anything crazy like that. So, again, leave the comments, we'll read them online, and boom, boom, boom!